Hello and welcome to the Would You Rather Rumble with Big Mike and the boys. I'm Big Mike, and here are some vuvuzelas.
You've never heard of Vuvuzela, have you, Tom?
No.
It's the final.
Yeah, shout out
final.
to all the neurologists out there for this episode.
Use your fucking brains, cunts.
Yeah.
Use your fucking brains, cunts.
All the
and stuff.
neurologists.
Lads, this is it. This is bigger than a World Cup final. The world has been waiting for this moment.
It's definitely bigger than the Euros.
It's coming home. Come on.
Bloody, we all know who won that one, don't we?
Yeah, we all know that's over by the time this release.
It's over on the day of recording.
It's remember when England/Denmark/Italy won the Euros?
Yeah.
Bloody hell, lads! Bloody hell!
Yeah, it was good that Denmark won.
Yeah, Denmark.
People are like, Denmark went in the semi-finals. Tony, what are you on about?
And then other people are like, no, you're right, Tom.
They probably will come home and I don't want to.
No, me neither, bro.
I don't mind if it goes home. Go back to where you all belong. That's what I say. Susie Soccer here.
Hey guys, you've just reminded me that this conversation is one I should be involved in. And
Thanks.
I think Italians are pretty racist.
Jesus.
Famously, allegedly.
Right.
I'm gonna go. God, what did she say about Italians? That was fucking horrible.
Yeah.
They don't have history books.
No? What'd they do with them?
See, this is the thing, right?
Yeah.
Like, we're recording this on the 7th of the 7th, and just after midday.
Whoa.
Yeah, I know.
7/21.
But look at this, alright?
Okay.
What's the population of Denmark? What's the population of Denmark?
Enough to party.
Well, I know who's from Denmark, but go on. What is the population of Denmark?
Well, I'm going to have to look it up. But Italy, right? 60 million. England, over 60 million.
Okay, is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Population of... One second now, you bear with me while I type Denmark, right? Population of Denmark.
It's Franks, isn't it?
5.8 million. Like, they've done unbelievably well, haven't they?
Yeah, it's actually 5.8 million because they killed my friend who worked in the castle.
It's even funnier is...
Oh yeah, the little boy who lived down the well, he was from Denmark.
It's even funnier is the two of their biggest players aren't even Italian.
Lads,
They just lived in Italy for a while and never played professional football.
Is it?
Yes,
Lads,
the amount of
this
views in their
is
20
so
million.
outdated. This is going to be so outdated.
No, it's perfect. It's perfect.
You're
It's
outdated.
the final showdown.
Yeah, okay, right.
Oh, and there's 3 teams left. Oh my god, boys.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Who's going to be Denmark?
Oh.
Who's going to be Denmark? Right, so how it's going to happen, how this finale is going down, is I'm going to give you the 3 options. All the boffins and nerds and fucking neckbeards at home already know what they are.
Dweebs.
What's the word?
Fucking
in your,
assholes.
In your mouth?
Yeah, what's the word on the mouth is that...
I'm going to give you 3 pricks, all the words on the mouth. I'm going to give you 3 options. You're going to talk individually about 3 options. What's the pros? What's the cons? You're going to work as a team
what's
for
a
the
pro?
first
What's a
time
con?
in your lives.
Protons.
Work as a team. You're going to work as a team
Gel
to eliminate
together.
one option.
Yeah,
You're going to gel together.
Like
You're
the
going to
Danish
synergize.
team in the final
Come on,
when
Denmark.
they won.
So you 2 Danish lads are gonna have some nice. No, you're gonna So you're gonna get rid of one as a team. Then you're gonna talk it through the last 2. Just talk through like a normal question, and then you're gonna write down on your scrabby little bits of paper.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Denmark or Italy. And then we're gonna go and we're gonna say, hey, and then I'm gonna say, what's your answer, Liam? And you're gonna show me the answer, and then it's gonna be like a big drum roll to see what Tony picked.
Oh.
But he's already written down, so he can't change it.
I've already written down.
And then Tony,
You're such
Silly
a cunt.
pumpkin.
I'll scrunch it up.
I'm gonna give it, because it's the final, I'm gonna give people a little bit of taste of the Patreon where I get up and do stuff. I'm gonna get some pens and paper. One sec. And this is what
Oh,
we do
no.
on the Patreon.
This is what happens on the Patreon. Is well, they already got a kind of a taste of that on the birthday episode when Tony got up in the middle of the vows during the wedding
No.
and just fuck. That is what happened. That's exactly what happened, Tony.
It's usually what I do at weddings, in fairness.
Where's my trendy little notebook?
While you're on the altar, like.
Yeah.
We didn't even. Should we do the reception now, Tony? 'Cause we never did that.
I don't know.
I'm at the wedding reception. Only 50 people allowed in building with reception.
Yeah, and I have to stir.
Last night in Dublin, we were having our wedding reception.
Like a Patreon episode. Final countdown.
Yeah, this is a great ad for our Patreon, isn't it? Fucking bull in the background, fucking
Is Mike filling the dead air?
shit. Talking so much. But you missed the wedding reception. We had Tony and Cookie's wedding reception.
Oh, okay, let's move on.
Yeah.
I nearly choked on water, and I don't.
Saw that. It was fucking entertaining enough to watch, but
And
not
not
probably
even
to listen
like,
to.
not even it went down the wrong hole. Like I nearly just choked in my throat with it.
Choked in his throat.
Oh, Jesus.
hell.
I hate to choke on my arm.
my throat closed.
Choke to me throat.
Like genuinely, I felt like someone was squeezing my throat.
Nice.
It's not nice. I think I nearly died live on air,
That would have been. What a way to end it.
It would have been canon, alright.
but it would have been. I would expect it to be, yeah. But it'd be better if that happened at the end after we've answered the question.
Yeah. So just keep a bit of water there.
Be serious, cliffhanger.
You'd have to finish the episode without me if I
Oh,
died.
no, for sure. Be no bother either.
Would.
And then once you've done all the like buy-in and stuff, you'd have to call 999 to come and like press pause and send you over the file. You know?
Careful, drinking that water.
Will you fucking chill out, Mike? Will you, you thirsty boy? Fucking hell.
I'm drinking more water than my granny.
Yeah.
Tell us about your granny, Tony.
She used to drink a lot of water.
Wow, that's fascinating.
We used to call her H2 old.
I'm glad I went back to you for that one. Yeah, since it's the end of season 1, I want to like kind of drink in all the season 1 goodness, you know?
Yeah.
And I don't mean the water that's going to choke me to death. I mean, how does water get stuck in your throat? Who knows? Maybe it froze
Answers on a postcard.
because I'm cold of ice. Okay, lads, you ready for a 5-star review on iTunes question of the week?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. No, okay. Or
What is the meaning of life?
7.
See, I have to disagree wholeheartedly with that. I think the meaning of the life is actually 3. I think 3 is the magic number.
No, I want to know, like, for real, what's the point of life? What's the point of your life?
Perspective.
Clarity.
Understanding.
No, what do you think that you were put down here to do? And if no one put you down here, what do you think is your point of being here?
My point is to be here is for people to put me down. Yeah.
I'm here just to put down Tony, I feel.
But
Give me a serious fucking answer.
Okay, I'll tell you truthfully and honestly.
Yeah.
6.
telling you it's 7.
I don't know, man. I think it's 6. No, okay, Mike. Okay, Mike's getting frustrated now. So angry. He looks so angry and tasty.
I'm so angry.
So I think life, the meaning of life is to bring as much happiness to other people's lives as possible. To make everyone you come in contact with, to make their day a little bit better. Because it's tough going in general.
Do you think you do that?
I try. But for the most part, I really do try to do that.
Okay, and Tony, what do you think the meaning of life is?
It's like a box of chocolates. You always know what you're going to be eating because you read the packet and what ones are what.
What do you think the meaning of life is?
Well, you told him it meaning a chocolate, didn't you?
What's the meaning of life, Tony? What's the point of your life? Why are you here?
You know? What is the point?
What makes you get up in the morning? What's the end goal? What are you up to, like?
The sun makes me get up in the morning.
Love that newspaper. Shout out to the Sun.
You know, if it was winter, I'd hibernate.
All their factual articles.
But sometimes it is winter, Tony. And you still get up, I'm sure, every day.
Yeah,
What's the
sometimes.
point?
Heavy, like.
So
I
many,
know
like,
it's heavy. It's the fucking
Pushing
final. Of course
answer.
it's heavy. Got the fucking big guns out today. What's the point of your life, Tony?
What is the point, Mike?
Do you actually not know the point?
What do you know the point of your life, cunt?
Of course I do, cunt.
What is it?
Cunt.
What is it?
I think the meaning of life, the point of life, is to reproduce and carry on the line of the species.
What about people who decide that they don't want to reproduce? You think their lives are pointless?
I think the whole reason that any species is on Earth is to reproduce and carry on their species.
But for what reason?
I don't think there's any other meaning to life.
For what reason are they carrying on the species if there's no other reason?
It's just evolution. That's just to keep the genetic line going.
So you think people who have chosen or who are incapable of having children, their lives are pointless?
Yeah, like I'm one of those people. Like I'm not.
Well, you haven't chosen and you aren't incapable, so...
I think I am.
You guys think you are.
No,
Fucking
Tony.
31 years old, cunt.
I'm incapable of getting myself into that position. That's the problem.
Okay.
On your back?
Just near a female.
Of the same species, like...
Yeah, exactly.
I don't agree with you. I don't
So
believe that.
basically, I think there's no meaning to life except that is just a meaning to every species. Just keep going.
Bestiality. It's the meaning of life.
Jesus Christ. You heard it here first, folks. That's what Tony thinks.
Similar to mine, but like kind of the opposite. Tony thinks we should be trying to crossbreed, make new
Yeah,
species.
absolutely. Sweet tooth.
Yeah.
Do you know what I heard on this is fucking a bit weird maybe, but on an early episode, No Such Thing as a Fish, that apparently humans and apes are so genetically similar that it's very possible that they can reproduce, and that people don't want to tell you that.
People have definitely tried, like...
You assume they have in the jungle or whatever.
Yeah, well...
Absolutely.
I mean,
Did they eat the brain, or did they... Do you know what I mean?
Do you know, over all the years they tried everything. Surely
Yeah.
some freak
Cowgirl, reverse cowgirl. Like...
Oh,
Reverse
no,
monkey.
'cause it's rape, so it's not like funny.
It's not... Well, what if a monkey, like, you know... What if the monkey was the rapist?
Then that's okay.
See? You fucking cunt.
No, but like, yeah. So I don't know how true that is, but it's interesting.
I
It's a bit
haven't
dark.
even got to that episode yet. I'm on like episode 40 or something.
It's before that.
Nah.
Yeah, because I'm re-listening to them, Tony. Anyway, this is great podcast material.
Well, it came from a great podcast, so it must be.
They come from great podcast. What came from General Banter podcast? Okay, should we just get into it?
Let's just get into it, man.
For the
Big
last
up there.
time ever, let's just get into it.
One last time for all time's sake.
Definitely going to say that from now on anyway. I miss you most of all, Tim, man.
Oh.
That's nice.
Did you ever hear the whole Curse of the Wizard of Oz? No? It's fucked.
Before we get into it, yeah, go on, Tom.
Before we get into it.
It's fucked.
Tell us.
So, do you know there's a scene where, because they had actual midgets playing the
Wow.
small men.
Are they actually comments?
Okay, dwarfs, whatever you want
Yeah.
to call them.
Maybe just
Small
start that
people?
again.
Little people?
No, you say dwarf. Dwarf is correct.
Yeah, actual dwarfs playing those little things. And
What are they called?
Because it was in like the 30s or something, they were all treated so badly that in one of the shots you can see 2 or 3 of them have killed themselves and they're hanging in the background.
No.
And it's actually used in the movie. And then the witch, when they put paint on their face, because they used like lead paint or whatever, got really sick and like it ruined her life forever. And same with the Tin Man. And they all died from that basically. And like they basically just said that movie was fucking cursed. Like, what's her name? The girl with the shoes, whatever the fuck they call her. Apparently she was like fucking 16 or 17 or something. They're feeding her speed the whole time. and she just became a drug addict and stuff.
Jesus
And like
Christ.
that, literally the whole movie was cursed. Like it's just terrible. It's mad. You look at Wizard of Oz and look at how happy he was, and it's like, woo.
Let's just get into it.
Yeah.
On that upbeat note for the final. Oh,
Wizard of Schnoz.
yeah.
I'm looking at the Munchkin that killed himself. It's very blurry in the background. I think you can kind of just make it out.
Jesus.
Is it just one or is it more than one?
It's one.
Okay.
Yeah, it's hard to tell if that's actually someone hanging or not.
Apparently it is true. Like that's actually what happened.
Okay.
So
Fucking hell.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I know, it was a very fucked up thing. Let's get into it. Okay, lads. This week we're sponsored by a lot of things.
Oh,
We're sponsored by 5-star reviews on iTunes.
Yurt.
yeah.
Head on over to iTunes, whichever one uses. Give us a 5-star review on iTunes. Write a little review, and we'll read it out in the podcast. Just because season 1's ending doesn't mean we won't read out in the podcast. We still haven't. I have no reviews to read. But do like it would so help us. I can't even stress.
Coming into season 2.
Coming to season 2, it'll like skyrocket us to the top, and everyone will see our podcast. And if people see our pod, maybe you think like, oh, I like that no one listens to the podcast. It's kind of like it's a special thing for me.
Oh, fuck you.
But
fuck you.
piece of shit. We don't even want you listening. We want one less listener.
Fuck you and
None
your
of your
fucking
business.
whole family, cunt.
Yeah.
Any
So
business.
give us a fucking review, right? And what we'll do is everyone who's given us a 5-star review on iTunes, when we get big and famous and stuff, we'll put you on our like website and whatever
Yeah.
as one of our first. So now everyone, all these millions of people will know your name.
We frame it and
where you live.
we put it on the wall beside that pig that was a weird picture that Tony bought one week.
And that art, that the fan art that
Oh,
my
yeah.
neighbor drew. He asked me actually when he drew that, when he painted that. I think we should have seen our social media. It's a really good painting. He asked me to call out his YouTube channel. I think I never did. So.
Do that now.
So I'm
this
gonna do
will
it
be
now.
our
I'm
most
gonna-
listened to episode anyway, because it's the last one of the
last
season,
one.
boys.
So here we go, AJ. I'm going to tell him what your fucking YouTube channel's called. AJ's a young fella, so don't listen to me cursing.
AJ knows what's up.
AJ's heard all the other episodes, presumably.
AJ's my boy. Shout out to AJ.
Hey, just
Shout
sounds
out
like a cunt.
Ah, he's great.
Oh, that is actually not nice. AJ's
He's
nice.
great, though.
I'm joking.
Joking.
It's called Grim O'Connor.
Grim O'Connor.
Grimm O'Connor is in the surname.
That's a great YouTube name. Very
Yeah.
Googleable. Grim O'Connor.
He's posting kind of every week or so.
Good stuff.
What's he
Posting a
post?
video. Doing a lot of gameplay, but some comedy sketches too.
Good lad.
So yeah.
Keep
So
it up, kid.
Check him out.
I'm going to subscribe right now.
Check out Dixie. I'll see how many subscribers he has, and we'll see how many he has after this episode.
That's it.
Grim O'Connor.
Grim O'Connor. Come on,
he has
guys. Everybody rally around Grim.
He has 42 subscribers. Like, I don't know what his videos are about. They could be awful. Like, I mean, really
Hey.
offensive. And no, not like they could be really offensive. It could be Susie Soccer's account. I just didn't know.
Or they could be sheer brilliance.
Yeah, probably sheer brilliance. But again, what he posts is not indicative of Big Mike or the Big Mike Corporation.
Exactly.
I'm waiting for the 42 subscribers to go up to 43 because Liam said he was just about to subscribe and still on 42.
Yeah, well, 42, boom, subscribed.
Still on 42 on my side, baby.
He's saying stuff like, I'm sorry for this, and oh my god, Y2K, and something else. Or just, okay, yeah, he's playing some Among Us, alright. Okay,
Okay, look, it didn't come up, but I trust you. Okay.
yeah.
Checking in with Grim O'Connor. Okay, so we're also sponsored by patreon.com/Big Mike Pod. You would have heard this episode on Friday if you were on the Patreon, but if you listen to this on Friday because you're on the Patreon, then you've already heard this or you're about to hear it
Wow.
earlier than everyone else.
All this time travel stuff is melting my brain.
What about the back catalogue, lads?
Check
What
it
about
out.
the back catalogue.
Check it out.
Check it out, like.
Checking it out.
Yeah, we have back catalog. So we have an episode where Tony hosts Would You Rather, a show that's going to be dead after today. We have an
Don't
episode where
know if it
Liam
did.
hosts Would You Rather.
Don't
We have
know
an
if
episode.
You did either.
We have an episode where what's the other one's called? Where we play
Greatest
games.
story ever told.
We have the greatest story ever told. We have the one where I'm not in it.
Oh yeah, me and Tony got a little
That's
boozy and had a little
that's
fucking chat about childhood trauma.
That's a
piss.
popular episode.
Lots of piss and poo in that
I've
one.
already listened to it twice. I listened to it in the gym.
Jesus.
And they were actually slagging me off about being in the gym in the episode. So that's nice.
Motivation.
Yeah. So I felt guilty about being at the gym that day. So yeah. So that's patreon.com/Big Mike Pod. Give us cash,
Bit of moolah.
bit of moolah, because you're gonna love it. And that we're actually as of next week we're gonna be adding another tier to the Patreon, but we'll talk about that later. We'll talk about that next week.
Next week.
Yeah, we'll talk about that next week.
Why are we crying if we're adding tears?
Yeah, man.
I'm not crying. It's just been raining.
I'm making a lasagna.
For one.
And our final sponsor for the episode, we'll give some honourable mention to some sponsors. Sad Mike's Sad Music CD, Countdown Mike's Bar, Leprechaun Mike's other thing.
St. Patrick the restaurant bar.
Yeah, the one where it was like a board game hostel,
Oh yeah.
where Tony thought it was a shop, over and over again.
What else we got? Big Mike's Auto Body.
Big Mike's all about the one where I did a rap about Pat. The one that Pat did a rap about me. No, that one wasn't canon. Actually,
That was
sorry.
good though.
It wasn't canon.
It was good though.
It was good, but it wasn't canon, so it doesn't count. It's a different thing. What else was there? There was one where I interviewed two
Damien
boys
Rice.
about Patreon.
Yeah.
Did we do any other ads? Are they all?
We did loads of ads, man.
Loads of ads.
Loads of ads for probably I don't know, stamp collecting. Who cares? Ooh, let's move on.
Ooh, let's move on. And the final sponsor of this episode is FunkyLikeAMonkey.com. FunkyLikeAMonkey.com have told me that they're no longer sponsoring us.
Thanks
So,
for that. Shout out to you guys.
yeah. So, but yeah, we'll just give them a little shout out for all those years of service. Okay.
I'm still not sure what you're saying. Are you saying chunky like a monkey?
Chunky like a Kit Kat.
FunkyLikeAMonkey.com. Head on over to FunkyLikeAMonkey.com. Use code BigMikePod at checkout to save 10%. If you use BigMikePod at checkout to save 10% and spend more than 50 after discount before shipping,
That's
you will
15.
get a free Cookie Monster figure, free of charge on the house. And if you use code Dirty Mike,
Dirty mics, yeah.
you get 9% off, and
All 18%.
you don't get anything extra. Like you could spend 1,000 and you wouldn't get a Cookie Monster if you use Dirty Mikes.
But you could spend 1,000, so keep that in mind.
You can spend 1,000, no bother. But yeah, they've got really cool stuff.
I thought it was not sponsored by them though.
Yeah, forgot. Sorry.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
No, forget all that. Forget everything I said then. Okay. Are you ready for the final question?
Bring it on.
Do. We need
Yeah, no, that was perfect. What you just did, we'll put that in.
No, we're gonna put in some Grimmer.
Suspense music, like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, like that kind of suspense music, Mike. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, that kind.
Like the Who kind of wants to be a kind of millionaire music. Yeah, I'm just trying to fill up this old gap now while Mike finds the music.
Not that one.
No, that's terrible. That's fucking awful. That's awful. Find something different, quick.
Next time, do it better.
Yeah.
Would you rather be able to time travel for 10 minutes at a time, transform into an animal but not be able to talk to them, or be the last man on Earth?
Shit.
Time travel.
Time travel, transform into an animal, but not be able to speak to him, or last man on Earth, Sean. Them's
So-
the options.
That can't be.
What I want is first we'll talk about time travel for 10 minutes at a time.
10 minutes at a time.
Let's
We'll talk about it for 10 minutes at a time.
Let's talk about the pros and cons of time traveling for 10 minutes at a time.
Okay.
What are the pros?
Pro. You can go anywhere in the past or future without having to stay there or live your life there. Pro.
Yeah.
Right? Con. You can only spend 10 minutes there. So if you're like really loving the place, you just keep getting zapped back to your current time. That's a con, right? Pro, you could potentially go back. No, yeah, go back, do the lotto. Go back to collect it for 10 minutes. Come back to your time. Like, you know, you could make money that way.
Yeah.
Con, you could fuck up your future potentially by going back and doing that.
Yeah.
Right. Tony, got some pros, got some cons.
Pro, it's the future and the past.
Pro.
Con, you could just end up, I don't know, zapping into like a wall, splitting yourself in half.
Shit.
So there's a danger element.
Yeah.
Something could happen.
Or like I
to
said,
when
if you
you're
do it
gone.
on the toilet or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or what if you zap back and then you were like, you just zapped back to the wrong place and you ended up being there when you were conceived? That'd be fucked.
Ugh.
Yeah. Or if
Go on, Daddy!
if you or if you zapped forward and you like watched yourself die.
Yeah. I mean,
Surely
Yeah.
that would be a bit of a butterfly effect type of thing.
But that's what I'm saying. Con.
Yeah, it could be a bit of butterfly effect the whole time when you're doing that. That's the other thing.
it's a pro that you don't have to use it.
Yeah, that is.
If you don't use it, your life stays the exact same. There's
no,
no
you can't,
negative
though.
effect.
You can't though.
You cannot use it.
Yeah, because curiosity. No one would not use it.
How often would you use it?
Yeah, probably every 10 minutes.
Every 10 minutes. Zap back straight away and got somewhere else. So you don't think you'd live your life normally here?
So
What would be? I know this is we might have asked this before. What would be the thing? Like, so obviously you test it out by going a few minutes back and forth, whatever, a week maybe. What's the first thing you'd really go to see? And bearing in mind, you can only time travel. You can't space travel. So
okay.
you are going to the exact same spot.
Yeah. I forgot about that element.
But you could, I mean, you could like get on the train to Paris and then, like you can.
Yeah, you can go somewhere and then be there at that time. Like,
Yeah. But just what would you do first?
I do first. I'd actually love to just do it right here and go back to whatever it is, 3,500 years ago. Because Prague was a completely different city, wasn't it? It's like a whole floor higher now.
we were real dangerous.
Yeah, I know. I think it'd be cool as fuck. All the old alchemists and stuff like that.
So you'd go back.
Yeah, I'd go first. Yeah, first I'd go
Okay.
back.
Yeah.
Tony, what would you do?
I
Same
would
kind of
go to the future.
Would you?
How far? Would you like
Maybe
a couple of years, or would you go real far? First time.
50,000 years.
50,000.
Honestly, you wouldn't try like 100 years first, or even 10 years.
No, I go way too far.
Too far. He knows it's too far already, but he's
So
going.
a con there is Tony be taking fucking ridiculous risks straight away.
But see, this is the thing as well. If you can't space travel and you go that far ahead, you're in space. The
Yeah,
world
well,
has
this-
moved.
Yeah, this is the thing. The world is always moving, so
Oh, yeah?
only actually once a year you could be in the exact same spot.
Yeah, but you wouldn't be far away.
But we are kind of going with the kind of usually movies they don't take that into account.
No, you go into the same room you left.
You're in the same spot,
Yeah.
the same like
Okay,
geographical location.
We'll go that way, so because that's easier to contemplate, like, or
Yeah.
to, yeah.
Yeah,
consider.
you'd just be floating out. In the
Either
space
that or
with
I'd go back to like 20 years ago.
20 years ago.
Yeah, or maybe like 50.
So 50,000 forward or 20 back. What's the what's the theory there? Honestly, you wouldn't think what would it be like in 100 years before you think 50,000 years.
And maybe I'd just go back to like 3 years ago when I knew a certain restaurant was open or something.
Well, there is that, yeah. Like, because I did enjoy my life 3 years ago. Not saying I don't enjoy it now, but
And you go grab yourself a burger. Or
I'd just go
10 minutes.
2 years
Fuck
back.
that.
2 years back and have a pint.
get yourself a burger.
I'd go 2 years back and kill myself.
I'll go buy myself a drink and be like, that's from...
Winking at yourself across the bar, yeah.
Hey!
Hey guys,
We're both named Tony. I hope we don't have sex with each other by accident. I do love the time travel. Like, I love the idea of it because it's so safe. 10 minutes, You can survive anything for 10 minutes, like.
But it's fucking devastating.
Why?
Because you just can't, like, 10 minutes is not a long time.
No,
And
but
I know
like,
you keep saying you could keep doing it, but, like, you've got to imagine there's, like, some bit of a buffering time in getting there and getting back. You know, it's not just, you wouldn't just be, like, continuously there.
I know. I think you just get used to that, though. You know.
Yeah.
Do you know, like, do you ever like try and watch a movie and it freezes and you have to wait like 4 or 5 minutes? Like, it's not the end of the world if the movie's good enough. Like,
But
you just wait.
that's
and
like
get
you
back
wait.
into it, like.
You wait once for the movie, or it's like for a couple hours. Imagine if you went 100 years in the future and that, like, everything was how you liked it and you realize that's when you should have lived.
Yeah,
That'd be fucking frustrating.
but if it's when you should have lived, then it would be frustrating. But it'd still be better than never knowing that, like, wouldn't it?
Ignorance is bliss, as Tony has said before.
It does. But yeah, but once you got a peek at it, like, you wouldn't be able to leave it alone, and it wouldn't bother you as much, I don't think, to actually do it.
But you could never really be part of that world, you know? You couldn't
Good.
you couldn't like sit down and have a full meal with your new friends, except
You
you'd
could
be
tell them, like,
jumping
I'll be
back,
back
and
in
forth.
3 minutes, like.
Yeah, but it wouldn't, you know, it wouldn't just be natural, like.
Yeah, I suppose not.
And what about your girlfriend, Joe? Like, and you're fucking hopping off to the future all the time because you prefer it there, you know?
Be
Laugh on her,
going,
like.
haha, you never guess what I saw. I'm not telling you.
But, yeah, I know. Well, then, like, you mightn't use it all that often either, you know? You might just use it if it's necessary. Because you said you can bring stuff back, just not people, right?
Yeah.
So maybe there's, like, cures for stuff that you could, like, help humanity with now.
Oh, you never thought of that one.
Butterfly effect.
Yeah, well,
Lads, I
take
watched
the risk.
spoilers for season 8 of fucking American Horror Story. But they fuck it up with time travel. They fuck the whole thing up. I hate
Yeah?
it. Yeah, so annoying.
Gets real messy, like.
They fuck it. They've made it so things you've seen during the season, not like major things really, but things you've seen during the seasons didn't happen now in the timeline.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's like British Empire.
Yeah, but at least with that, it was just like take it or leave it. Not
Yeah,
like
I know,
half it's changed.
Yeah. So is that it? I think,
Are you happy with we
Yeah.
discussed that one enough?
yeah, I think so.
I think so.
Okay, right. Well, we'll move on to the next one. So, what are you thinking? Time travel 10 minutes time is good. Like, way outweighs the cons, do you think?
I think it does, yeah. It's like,
Yeah.
definitely the pros outweigh the cons, like.
Then let's talk about the pros and cons of being able to turn into an animal but not being able to speak to them.
It's all pro, like. It's all pro.
Well, tell me the pros, think of some
Just-
cons.
Just like getting to be a lovely little duck.
You could be fucking easily killed as a duck.
But that's a con.
Fucking bald eagle swoops
Yeah.
down.
Where is he coming from?
They're the cons. Well, look, you could get hit by
Tiger
a
or
car.
something.
You're more likely
Like,
than you
a
would.
Person
Well, no, I just won't be on the street, like.
person comes and kicks you.
I know.
People are horrible
a
to animals.
swan comes up and attacks you. Or another duck.
Yeah, I know, but I have my mind.
Yeah, so.
Actually, I'd probably be worse than a normal duck, wouldn't I? I wouldn't be looking out for this danger. I'd be like, it's only a fucking swan, like.
Great, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'd see a dog and you wouldn't be scared of it, but the dog could fucking kill you.
Yeah.
And what if, like, you try to fly, but you don't understand the limitations of a duck's body?
I'd say you'd quickly learn, though.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
So what about the pros? Apart from just the feeling of it, like, what would you do with it? What would?
Well, you'd be able to fly home, fly to work, fly to the shops. Probably not fly back from the shops. We've had that whole discussion. But, like, do you know, you'd be able to, like, just...
So you're using it to fly, like that is because you just discussed. Do you know what I mean? Like, a big part of it's so you can fly.
Well, yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Ducks are great. Like, ducks are... You know, you can walk around. You don't look out of place, but you can also fly. Like,
Okay. Would you ever do it at home?
what, transform into a duck?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Why?
Like, I don't know why. Like, I was wondering why you were asking. Like,
I'm just.
but I might,
just
like...
curious.
I said, like, I might do it to sleep. Like, I think it'd be much more comfortable as a duck in a big, big bed with...
Sleeping on one foot.
They don't have to, though.
Do that.
Yeah, I know they do that, but I'm not an actual duck. I'm a man duck.
Well, there must be a reason why they do it. They don't do it out of preference.
They might. And it might be more comfortable than how we sleep.
Okay. So, and what would you do it at parties as a party trick, or would you kind of
Probably not, man. People would fucking lose their minds, like... Literally lose their minds, though. 'Cause, like, but,
I
like,
think you wouldn't show many people, like.
No, would I
You'd
fuck?
be kidnapped.
Yeah.
Go on, turn into a duck.
They'd be running tests on you and shit. How's he doing this shit, like?
Okay. So that's a con then.
Yeah, that is a con, but I mean, like...
They might experiment on you.
Yeah,
get
but
caught.
you could kind of keep it yourself a bit, like...
Yeah, but there's a risk, isn't there? The more
Yeah,
often
so
you use it,
all
the
you have
more
to
like-
do is actually turn into the duck before you go to the party. You know? You just can't be doing it at the party.
But people eat ducks.
They do, that's true.
People eat people too, though.
Well, more people eat ducks
Yeah, far more people.
in your location than...
Do they?
He's like, genuinely, like, is that what you think? Yeah, duck is, yeah. But it's not... They're not ducks like that. They're farm ducks. They're different.
Yeah, but if you went to a party, they might be like, oh, bit of tasty meal.
Looks like ducks back on the menu, boys.
Yeah. Right, so we've heard a lot about the duck. Should we go over to Tony and see what
What
his pros
animal?
and
You
cons
still
are?
don't know what animal you
Yeah,
want to
I
be, do
still
you?
don't know. I'd like the honey badger's grand.
But you were so sure about the honey badger.
Yeah, I mean, I'd love to be a honey badger, especially around Prague. Be the only honey badger in the city, next to the fucking zoo. Yeah, but I would be a honey badger. I'd go around starting fights around the city.
See.
I'd have a serious walk on me as well. People be crossing the street when they see me.
Yeah.
I'd have like a pinstripe suit
Would you, yeah?
with the top hat and everything.
Like a fucking mafioso from back in the day,
All
like.
you'd need is a minigun, but I wouldn't have a minigun.
Yeah.
I'd be a honey badger instead of having
As
a
the
minigun.
pawn style, like.
Exactly, yeah.
A little 20s car you drove around in.
Yeah, little tiny one.
yeah. Spare wheel on the back, them boys.
Mm-hmm.
But,
So a con for you, Tony, is that it would be very dangerous.
For who? For them?
For you.
It wouldn't be
'Cause-
dangerous for me.
No, it would, because people might call the authorities that there's a honey badger wandering around the
Bring
city.
it on then.
And they might come and fucking tranquilize you, or worse, if you try and fight them off, they might kill you.
Bring
yeah,
it
they
on.
might euthanasia you.
Bring it
Yeah.
on.
So that's a con, that you might die.
It's a
and
pro
be
to me.
killed. A pro is that you get to do all the fighting that you want to do in your normal life.
The
that you don't
danger.
do
I'd
enough.
like to live in danger, yeah.
Okay.
It's pro.
So, like, in all honesty, would you show people that you turned into honey badger, or would you just try and change in secret?
No, I'd hide it.
Okay.
I would hide it because I don't want people to know.
And would you actually swagger around the city as a honey badger?
Yeah.
Would you
Well-
actually try and get a suit that fits a honey badger?
If anyone didn't like the way, if I didn't like the way they looked at me, big trouble.
What would you
But-
do? Like?
Big trouble.
But in real life, that's just a person. You're like, let's say I'm walking down the street, I don't deserve to be killed by a honey badger. And I looked at you like, what the fuck's a honey badger doing here, lads? You're like, would you really kill me?
Big trouble. People, after about a year, people be talking about the honey badger.
Year. A couple of days, I'd say, Tony.
But a year, no one would go near the honey badger, you know?
Oh, I suppose what you're saying is people would never find out it was a honey badger because no one would live to tell the tale.
Yeah, people would be like, yeah, that's pretty much it. I'd have my own little gang.
Okay, tell me
Okay.
a con.
A
I want to
con?
know about this gang. 1 second,
It's
Mike.
the fucking horse again, isn't it?
No, I'd have like a proper mafia going.
With what? With who?
Dunno, yeah, Mike.
For
no.
what purpose?
With what? With humans?
Because I'm a honey badger, no one knows who I am.
With humans?
Yeah.
Okay.
Con. Be hard to stay away from it. It's hard to not do it. Like, you do it all the time.
So there'd be a risk involved. Getting
Yeah,
caught.
you like go to the bathroom and be like, I'll just be a honey badger for a little real quick.
Just shit on the carpet.
So,
So do you think that's all there is to say about that?
yeah, I think we've covered pretty much everything on those.
Okay, and now here we go with I was going to say real fan favorite, but no one gives us feedback. But my favorite, The Last Man on Earth. So give me some pros of The Last Man on Earth.
You could do so much.
Pros. You've no restrictions. You don't have to work. You have literally all the freedom in the world to do whatever you want. But you don't have your family, friends, loved ones, any people around to talk to. So
You know,
there's
to
a chance-
help you if you get in trouble.
Yeah, there's a chance you'd lose your mind. Like traveling from, because if you're the last man on earth, you want to go places, but like traveling isn't as easy as you'd. You know, you can't sail. Like we don't know how to sail. We don't know how to fly a plane. You'd have to teach yourself all that, which could be a pro as well. But
Hopefully you have electricity for a long enough time.
yeah, that's it. You're going to run out of provisions. Like probably not food wise, but electricity and power and stuff.
You'd just build your own garden, wouldn't you?
But that would imply you'd be staying in one place, Tony.
Yeah.
And I don't think you'd want to. Like, what would be the point? Like,
You wouldn't.
you want to go everywhere and do everything, wouldn't you?
But I mean, you could stay in one place for like 5 years and still travel the rest of your life. Or I reckon you'd get sick of them moving around after a while. I reckon you'd move around first for years,
Yeah.
and then you might settle for a while, and then if you're like, some things are broken here now, I'll just move on again.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are there any animals? Did we say
No, I think
there's
I
no
killed them
animals?
off.
That's okay then.
Because you can't have a pet, like you can't have a little friend.
I think it'd be great. Like, so many places would be paradise if you weren't afraid to like get into the water and get fucking eaten by something or fucking bit by something or fucking. Like Australia terrifies me. Like, there's
Oh
places.
yeah, no insects and no
Yeah.
fish or
Would you
anything.
not
yeah.
be a big spider, though?
Huh?
Would you not be a big spider?
No, that'd be rotten. Jesus, I wouldn't be able to fucking deal with myself. Oh, I
Okay,
think
here again, would you try and travel off the continent?
yeah, I'd definitely try.
But you have so many places to go.
I
You
know.
have all of Asia and Africa, like.
Yeah, I know, but still, like, do you know, I'd love to go to Australia.
Yeah.
I mean, that'd be fucking dead. Well, how would you go? Would you build a boat? Would you steal a boat? I suppose
You wouldn't build a boat. Definitely not building no boat. And
Think
there's
of the
fucking-
amount of wildlife that would make their way into the city
but there,
in Australia.
but there is no wildlife.
In Australia?
No, there
all
is
that's
no.
gone as
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
All the animals are gone.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would. You just get a massive yacht and wait for a calm day and sail. Or
you get a
calm week
yacht?
or whatever. Yeah, like a huge fucking thing that like
Yeah,
there's
someone's-
very little chance of it fucking tipping over. Like
See, I would have got like a fucking container ship or something.
that's gonna be too slow.
Yeah, just like how is that going to capsize? Like,
Yeah, it's not my issue wouldn't be majorly with the capsizing of that. It's just be so slow. Like it'd be boring as fuck. You just want to get over there and see the whole thing, don't you?
see, it's very different with me and you guys because I'm on Ireland. So like, what is there I'd particularly want to see in Ireland that I couldn't see in other countries?
Or that you couldn't see any other time. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, there'd be the odd secret, but not that many really. It wouldn't be that interesting.
You'd just be
There's-
spending ages going through houses, wouldn't you?
Yeah, but like it's not like there's cool like theme parks or attractions to kind of break into and have a look around.
Yeah.
So I would look on a map and I'd find the closest point between Ireland and England.
Yeah.
I mean, like Ireland and the UK. I don't know if that would be between Northern Ireland and Scotland. Maybe it would be.
Yeah,
And
probably.
And I'd sail that, and then I'd sail from like Dover to fucking France. And I think I could manage both of those if I got a good enough ship. Like,
Yeah.
because I think they'd only be a couple hours.
Well, you wouldn't
each.
even have to sail. You could just use the tunnel, couldn't you?
Oh yeah, if I could get into it.
Yeah. Which you probably
really.
would, like.
Yeah, I suppose so. Yeah. So there would just be the one sailing
Yeah.
I'd have to do.
Yeah.
And I reckon even if the boat went over, you could possibly swim if you were.
Yeah. And I mean, like,
Wearing a life jacket.
you'd get across the Irish Sea, no fucking bother. Like, lads have done it in little dinghies and stuff, like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Could you just wear like a load of life jackets and then if you go in, you might be able to swim across? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not that far, like, not at all. Like,
but
there'd be none of us going to fucking Iceland, like, would there?
no.
Do you know?
Tony, would you try and leave the landmass you're on?
Absolutely.
Where'd you go? America. Imagine Tony in America.
Yeah. Go up around that area, yeah, probably.
Well, we'd have to go to America to find out the truth about the kettles. See if there's any kettle factories there.
People's houses, yeah.
Just going into every house, like, kicking indoors looking for kettles. Don't think you would. Yeah, I don't know. I would want to go to Australia and America. You want to do everything, like, you're fucking last man on earth. There's nothing else to fucking do except see shit, like. And the other thing is, like, if you die, you die. Once you don't die painfully. Do you know, once you're not suffering for fucking weeks, like.
Yeah.
But you wouldn't be, would you? Because you'd just kill yourself.
Mm-hmm.
But you wouldn't want to, like, imagine you fucking fell into, like, a coma or fucking something.
How?
Huh?
It's fallen and
Fall and bang your head and just, like, knocked out but alive, like. Wake up as a baby.
Jesus.
But, no, there's definitely more pros than cons.
What would
to
you
it.
do when you're driving from place to place? Like, it'd be pretty boring, wouldn't it? Or would you just be stopping off whenever you feel bored and having a snooch around?
I don't know. Just be, like, yeah, you'd probably stop off here and there, wouldn't you? And try and pick up some shit and have a look and break some stuff.
I'd be breaking
Oh,
everything.
I'd break everything along the way.
Constantly do
You'd
it.
definitely do it for a while.
Yeah.
It'd probably get boring, but I reckon you'd break a lot of stuff first.
Yeah. Oh, you'd have like so
I
many.
just do it just out of boredom. If you end up
Yeah.
getting bored, it's like, oh, what can I break?
Like, I've never fired a real gun, but I definitely have a load of them.
Oh yeah,
It's just crack.
Yeah. So
shooting over windows and stuff like.
yeah. Break yourself, fool.
If you got far enough from a car, you could try and like shoot it until the fucking petrol tank exploded.
Yeah. Oh, there'd be so much destruction going on.
Absolutely.
Imagine the whole country got burned down, and you spend the next couple of years running from the fire. Like
Pretty funny. Be a story to tell.
no one, just tell no one, Tony.
Yeah. Leave it in your memoirs.
Memories.
What would you collect if you were having a collection as you go around? What would you collect?
Human skulls. No, what would you fucking... Currency, wouldn't you? I'd like to collect currency in general, actually, but...
That's how you
Get-
know where you are,
Yeah.
I think.
You'd get a lot of
Not
euro.
signs.
Yeah. But I don't know, I'd like to just... That would be my thing, to, like, get currency from every country in the world.
Big toes would be my thing.
Except for Iceland and Greenland, probably.
Fuck Iceland and Greenland. Big toes, Tony.
Yeah, that's how I collect.
Gonna make those cocktails.
Yeah, exactly. I pickle them.
Cool, nice. What would you drink? Would you drink a lot of water, try and stay healthy, or would you be drinking like bad stuff?
I reckon I would just never stop drinking... Well, until it,
Would
like, ran out of date, I would just never stop drinking beer.
Would you drink and drive?
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely.
For sure. Like, there is no danger except to yourself, and as we said, like, what's the
I
damage
wouldn't
there?
really
Like,
have a problem with it, to
No.
be fair.
Would you just try and drive straight down the middle of the road and be as
Yep.
careful as you can, like?
no, you'd be just blasting around, like, who gives a shit?
I just drive. I probably would go in the middle of the road, but like, be,
Like, you wouldn't be drunk as fuck either, you'd be just tipping away the whole time, like.
sleeping in your car.
I'd have a big, like, what are
Oh,
they
you
called?
wouldn't be
Camper
sleeping
van.
in the car. When
Camper
you get
van,
into
you
every
would.
house in the world,
Yeah.
sleeping in all their nice beds.
I have a huge camper. Like, the monster ones, like.
Yeah, I'd probably have a bendy bus.
You'd finally get your bendy bus, Tony.
Yeah, and I'd make a restaurant.
For yourself, that you could eat in yourself.
Yeah, I can eat it myself. But I'd also try and have customers, so I'd bring some dead bodies in.
Dead bodies, not like mannequins, like the wouldn't smell. Dead bodies that have been like rotting for potentially months. Like,
It'd take you a while to get the bendy bus. Well, I suppose maybe you could get the first day, to be fair.
yeah,
So by
Literally you
luck.
would.
So, okay, so cons are everyone's dying, loneliness.
Yeah, that is bad. Like, you never see your family again.
Pros is no one's going to hassle you.
Yeah,
Cons is loneliness again.
yeah,
So we're saying with all three so far, the pros have way outweighed the cons, right?
yeah.
Well, that makes sense now that we're at the final, to be fair.
Exactly. That's what brought them here. Like,
Okay, so lads, it's time to confer and decide which of these three options you are eliminating from the Rumble. Just like a Royal Rumble, you're knocking one of these boys over the top rope, and we're going to finish with just two.
personally, I think the weakest one of them is to be the animal, and
I agree.
yeah,
I agree.
So you both think that transforming into an animal but not being able to speak to them is the weakest?
yeah.
I agree.
I think just our discussion there was more cons than there was in any of the other ones for
I
that.
agree.
Okay, more danger. There's a lot of danger in the other two, to be fair.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there is, but there's. I feel like there's more at risk. You know, it's less reward for the risk.
Okay, right. So is that 100% you're eliminating?
Lock it in,
Yeah,
Shampoo.
lock and sealed. Get out of there.
You're eliminating being able to transform into an animal but not be able to speak to them, and transform into an animal but not be able to speak to them. It had a great run, guys. Let's just talk about some of its greatest moments. Honey badgers, city ducks. Let's look at the road it took to the final, if we can. Damn, this is harder than I thought. Well, it beat being able to speak to the animals.
Oh yeah, Dr. Doolittle style. Yeah.
Yeah. It beat the old Dr. Doolittle style. It beat sensory deprivation tank for 1 week. Tony didn't want it to beat that, though.
That would have won it for me.
Sick cunt.
You just fucking prick. It beat all public transport being roller coasters.
Yeah, and rightly so.
It beat hands for feet.
Not very creative.
And it beat Own a Restaurant That You Can't Eat In, but Tony picked that. So,
Yeah.
no,
Tony's-
sorry,
doesn't matter.
sorry.
Tony.
I'm wrong about that. It
What?
beat Live in the Game of Thrones world. You both agreed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so they had some run and knocked out some good competitors.
Sure did.
Sure did. But now we are down to the final and the final rumble. Would you rather rumble with Big Mike and the boys week?
Yeah.
This is
speak
what
to
it's
animals, but not
all been
be
building
an animal,
to.
but not be able to speak to them. Has gone over the top ropes, both feet on the ground.
Yeah, no Shawn Michaels rule this time. Right. So, I have a question for you. Would you rather be able to time travel for 10 minutes at a time or be the last man on Earth? Let's compare the two now.
It's so tough. Like,
So, time travel, you can kind of, in a way, you could let's say, I know it's me who keeps saying it, but the theme park thing. You could go into a theme park and time travel to nighttime when you're the only one there.
yeah. Or you could potentially like time travel to a time where you are the last man on Earth, and you could.
Always come home again.
Yeah, exactly. And you could
10 minutes, though.
yeah, but you could book a flight to America,
Yeah.
in the real world, and then time
Well-
travel to that time.
But you have to know when it is.
So,
Yeah, but you
some
can
options
try
there.
it.
Some things there. Is that like
Could
one?
be different as well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Futuristic.
the world would
and-
never be like that. Yeah.
It's not the last man on Earth. Yeah, like we describe it, like everyone dies of a disease over the next couple of days.
Yeah.
It's Joe. Like when men die, the world could be broken apart. It could be fucking taken over by fucking cockroaches. It could be taken over by fucking tigers
exactly.
or
Jeez,
something
imagine
else.
if it was like giant insects that kill
Oh
some.
my
You're
god.
like,
But it could be, or like it could be,
Terrifying.
or the Earth could be so hot that you can't live on it. That's why
It
people
is,
died.
Yeah, and you could just transport there and then you're dead.
The air could be poison. Yeah, so you can't really work it the same as.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, I know. I just love the idea of Last Man on Earth. I love it, and I
you
didn't think I would
You didn't like it the
at the
first time.
start. No, I didn't. No, but now it's just like when you really think about everything you can find out, Area 50, fucking whatever, and you just go there and
That'd be
fucking
cool.
see everything and figure out
you
what
have
they
to
were
try and
telling
figure
us.
out how to get into everywhere in Area 51, but
So in the first
Yeah,
a
round,
dead body.
Last Man on Earth beat the first man on New Planet, but Tony disagreed.
Yeah. But that's a very different option, isn't it?
It beat in the second round Croc Stuck on Your Feet. That was not a popular one.
No. I don't know. I like the time travel one would be fucking class as well, though. Like, being able to go back to Jesus time, see them all on the plane having the crack and that.
Yeah. Do-do-do-do-do-do.
But
So Liam, you tried to vote out Last Man on Earth in round 3. You
Yeah.
picked the ability to fly, and me and
Yeah.
Tony kept it in. So
Yeah.
you thought that was better.
yeah. Like, I don't know. I hadn't thought as much about The Last Man on Earth. It's because it's been around so long now, and we've talked so much about all the different possibilities and different options that it's really now like,
In the next round, Last Man on Earth actually beat Tail
yeah,
unanimously.
Fuck. And I mean, I thought Tail was going all the way to the final.
Yeah, and it beat Cash.
Well, yeah.
And
I
here
know
we
Cash
are.
made it quite far, but Cash was
Money.
yeah, Cash was money, but like Cash was just like the neutral one that always been true because it wasn't very bad. Like,
And in the semi-finals, it beat having an action figure of yourself.
yeah,
it beat
which
some
Tony
real
never
heavy
went for, to be
hitters.
fair.
I never picked the action figure
Yeah,
one.
Tony was never a pretty action figure one. Really, he picked it once when it was against a video game because it would last longer. But I don't know, man. I know what way I'm leaning. I think it's very obvious from what I've said. But
So time travel for 10 minutes time in the semi-finals. In the semi-finals, it beat Hollywood Director. Then before that, it beat Free Plane Travel for Life.
Hollywood Director was one of my favourites, so
It beat Travel Forward 200 Years, but Tony went against that. It beat Water Was All Red, which is, yeah, fair enough. It beat Wild and Poor and Free outside the...
yeah, I didn't like the poor aspect of that one. That's why.
And in its original question, it beat Teleport Anywhere on Earth.
Ah, man, if you could have both, you'd be singing.
For 10 minutes at a time as well, that was.
Yeah, but you transport there and then you have 9 minutes elsewhere.
So we're going, it's Last Man on Earth and time travel for 10 minutes at a time.
We
Yeah, we'll write down our answers.
Okay.
You ready to write down your answers? Are you at the end? Oh my God, lads. Oh my God. Are you going to kill off everyone you've ever known and loved? Or are you going to time travel for 10 minutes of time and possibly get yourself killed? This is tough. One is more permanent, but they're both
Looking
both
away.
very
Not
risky.
looking what Tony's writing.
He's not looking. Tony's writing his answer. Liam's already written his answer. This is it. Like, this is the end of the Would You Rather Cup. This is what
Holy
we've been
shit.
building to for 58 episodes.
Holy fucking shit.
Okay. So I'm going to go with Tony first. Tony, what have you picked? The Last Man on Earth?
Mm-hmm.
Tony said he would rather be the last man on Earth. And Liam has also said he would rather be the last man on Earth.
So
we
we win
have
a
our
million.
winner.
Million quiddos, buckaroni.
Oh, the two boys agreed. They're the winners of the $1 million prize.
Oh, look how that fits together.
So that's it.
One.
That was our winner.
Jesus Christ.
172
almighty.
questions.
What has our year been like?
87 options. You had 87 options. And you picked Last Man on Earth. You picked to kill off everyone you've ever known and loved.
There it is.
There
The
it
proof of the pudding is in the eating.
Proof of the eating is in the pudding.
Christ almighty. What a year it's been. What a season it's been.
Sorry. That wasn't as good as I thought it was going to be. That has been one hell of a season. So that's it. Tony and Liam both said that out of all 87 options, they would rather be the last man on Earth. And you know what? I agree. But let us know over on
No one
Facebook, Twitter,
cares.
and Instagram at Big Mike Pod. What would you rather? Thanks for saying no one cares as I was doing my final my final goodbye. Okay, lads. We don't really have an end segment, do we? Should have been mine one.
Last one.
End segments are dead, aren't they? They're as dead as season 1.
We do have something, don't we, Mike?
We have something. Okay, so obviously last Wednesday you would have heard on Crunching the Numbers, Big Mike and the Boys. We shared all our findings on the big kettle question. And over the last entirety of the podcast, we've been trying to get Samantha Mumba to come on the podcast. And this week she got in touch and she very willingly gave us a little message to be played here on the podcast. So, Liam, if you can play it, and we'll find out, are there really kettles in America?
Where she lives.
In America.
In America. Where she lives. Samantha Mumba.
Samantha Mumba lives in America.
Used to fancy her a bit when I was a young lad.
Liam used to be into her. I don't know if she knows that yet. I don't know if she heard that episode.
That's why she messaged.
That's why she messaged. I'm just trying to find it now.
Her husband would say, Nina.
Because he's a police boy.
Mike, Tony, and Liam, thank you for what has to be my most random cameo question to date. And I've had a lot. To answer your question, I am actually away in Vegas at the moment. Otherwise, I would have been more than happy to show you my very own personal electric kettle. So I can't confirm that they exist. However, I will say the more common one here, and I don't even know what you call them. Sorry, I've had a few cocktails. The ones that whistle, like you put it on the cooker and it like boils and it whistles when it's ready. Whatever they're called, I don't know. Anyway, they seem to be the more popular ones. But I do have an electric kettle, so I am able to make tea like a normal person. Thank you for the cameo. Sending you guys lots of love.
Yay!
Es Mumba.
You just stop. That was probably the best one as well. in
So
fairness.
there you go. Samantha Mumba sent us a video, a little clip to say that she has an electric kettle, but
Free of charge.
just as we know, they don't have kettles in America. She's not American, so she doesn't count.
No.
But yeah, Samantha, You're amazing. Liam used to have a bit of a thing for you. You're a really cool dude. Tony has
Yeah.
a thing for you currently. He thinks you're his cousin. That's why.
Great granddaughter.
You're amazing. Thanks very much, yes, mums.
Yeah, that was worth the wait. That was worth the wait.
Yeah.
We finally got her on. But lads, so that's it. That's the end of Would You Rather. We've done it all. We've asked every possible question. We got the full answer, the final answer, which was being the last man on Earth, which is very selfish of you. And that's it for season 1. So I'm going to give away a couple little hints about season 2 here. It's coming to you directly next week. It's still going to be on the same timeline, so don't worry about that. Back catalogue's still going to be there. Same Patreon page, Hurley, don't worry. But we are renaming the podcast. It is no longer going to be Would You Rather with Big Mike and the boys. Tony, would you like to tell us? No, he's going to say the wrong thing. Liam, would you like to tell us what our new name is going to be?
It's going to be called Big Mike and the Boys.
Is it not Dirty Mike and the Boys? Did we not
See,
say that?
this is why I moved away from you, Tony. So the podcast is going to be called Big Mike and the Boys. Each episode's going to have a little theme. It's going to be a bit more, bit less structured, but we're going to have a theme that we talk about every week. And, well, there's one little surprise that I think we should wait till next week to tell them.
It'll all be revealed.
It'll all be revealed.
Like a Christmas present.
But me and Tony were saying, we were just whispering to each other there during the Yes Mamba thing. Not that we were talking during it, but we were saying that we might not carry on with the podcast because of those million buckaronis that we just
Yeah.
won.
They did win
yes.
$1 million buckaronis, so it might just be me, I suppose. Right? I need to do it and make some Patreon money because I just lost $1 million buckaronis. Like.
Yeah, buckaronis for Tonys and limbos.
Right, so here we are. The two lads are half millionaires each. My life's gone in the shitter. But for anyone who's listened from week 1 to now, and all our bonus shite on the way,
Muchos tancos.
thank us so much us. I'd like to say thanks to all the white people. No, Susie. Thank you so much for listening. Last night in Dublin. Thank you for listening. Babe, thanks for listening to my swamp. Ooh, spooky listening every week. Thank you.
Yeah, cheers, cunts.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Tony, give us some Radio Ronda now. We need it.
Come on.
More than ever.
Last time. Radio
I don't know
Randa.
who she is, lads. Sorry.
Tony, we're gonna keep recording until you say Radio Ronda.
Radio Rhonda.
Yes!
And there we go. We did it. It's all come full circle.
It's all come full circle, guys. Well done. Again, Tony saves the day.
Yeah.
So that's it, lads. Here we are. It's the end. End of round 1, beginning of round 2, season 2. Not round.
Not round 2. Not doing that shit again.
Not doing that shit again. So from me, Big Mike. Thanks. Bye.
Thanks. Bye.
Cheers to all the neurologists out there. Thanks. Bye. No. See ya. See you now.